points in the game. welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the USC Trojans and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
I caught up with the Oregon head coach before the game. His running back is getting better each and every week. He is devastating in the red zone, top 5 in the country in rushing touchdowns, and they believe he deserves to be in the Heisman conversation. Each and every week, he is showing the country why he is one of the best backs in the nation. I'll keep you posted if he's able to keep up this productivity and the Heisman talk gets louder and louder today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Ducks headed toward the ball, and we're ready for action. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running inside, it's Riley. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. Here's Williams to throw. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying the left side. Oh, he's got some space. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
And David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that, to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
Throwing, Williams. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Got some room to run. And he is taking it all the way back. Touchdown, Ducks!
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3 and out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They'll take the penalty and move them back. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Here's Williams. finds his target down the middle. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
Takes the handoff. It's Riley. Still on his feet at the 45. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Trojans headed quickly to the line. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Straight ahead, it's Riley. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, they tried to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Williams. Caught. And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Right at the line. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short. They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Enough to move the chains. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Inside the 30. The 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period will be a second down. Williams. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game one, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Ducks! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll run the counter. Got an alley. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
When you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Right side, it's Cox. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like that back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
They'll run the counter. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got...
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, USC! What a grab in the end zone for 6. PAT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Sees an alley. Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ducks. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There's no question this team is reeling, down 28-7, and they have to find a way to get a score on the board with this drive. Here's Williams to throw. Got his man. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Rolling right and going deep. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone.
He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 10, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Turning it on, past the 50. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets them up, 1st and 10 from the 36. Fresh center downs going to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man by himself. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And it looked like for a second, man, he was going to take that all the way. He was going to score, broke some tackles, made the play, down inside the 5. He finally gets wrapped up. Now this...
And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Oregon!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulls it, fired complete. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Throwing, Williams. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. Racing down the left side. Inside the 10. He is in. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Quarterback changing the play. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Out wide right, it's Davison. Oh, he's got some space. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Fresh set of downs going up top. Throws to the tight end. Got his man all by himself. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Firing deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, welcome into the EA Sports College Football Update Show, the Week 4 edition. So let's dive right in. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the North Carolina Tar Heels.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. The defense set them up with a turnover, and now to try to cash it in. Williams gonna take a shot at this DB. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Got some green grass. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice gain for this offense and make second and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
The handoff. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Runs through a tackle. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. They'll move the wide receiver. On the direct snap, it's Davison. Runs through the tackle. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Third and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Needs it here on 4th down. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Williams. Out wide left, it's Riley. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. looking for a man. Rush right in his face. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Looking for more room. Touchdown Ducks! And they turn it into a defensive score. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Williams to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He's got it on the outside. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Long way to go on 2nd down. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
Williams to throw for it on 4th. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Third and 6 yards to go. Changing the routes with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his back in the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Got to make the play on 4th. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing, Williams. Extending the play. unloads to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. They got it blocked just enough and a good gain on that run.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Drag down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll send the back in motion. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold, and he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The run inside. It's Riley. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Williams. There he goes. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Back's got it on the screen. Breaks the tackle. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
Hey, you could see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
How nice is it as a play caller when you've got a running back as good as this guy, right? I mean, you can just dial up conservative run calls. Nothing has to be too tricky, too fancy. You just know he's going to go make good things happen. Even when it's not blocked properly, he is still finding ways to rip off long runs. This guy now has over 150 yards rushing in the game. Doesn't look like he's slowing down, guys.
Motion from the wide receiver. pulls it and fires to the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Escapes the pressure to his right. Touchdown, Trojans! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Gets the back moving. Taken down.